the Mission Control Podcast.
We're going to assume that people have listened to the first one and kind of have a bit of a backstory on Elisa, because we're going to get right into it. So, do you want to... We have a couple of corrections that I guess we want to clear up before we move ahead.
It's annoying because everything keeps changing. Like the stories keep changing, information just keeps changing. It's like
very hard to find verified sources of things. A lot of stuff is being spread on forums about theories and things like that. Very, very easy to get caught up in the whole web, I guess. Shall we start with correction number 1? So I know it's probably my fault, but I did mention that she was studying at University of BC. Yes,
well, that was a big thing that when it first was that she was a student at University of British Columbia.
And I think we even kind of assumed that a little bit through the media and stuff like that, the way she was portrayed as a college student. Getting word now that she actually was not enrolled at all at the University of BC. However, she did potentially attend a summer camp or summer school there, but this is the hard thing. Not sure whether we can verify this, but a Randy Schmidt from the university claims that she was never enrolled there.
Yeah, he's a spokesperson for the University of British Columbia that said she was never actually enrolled as a student, but she did attend a summer camp.
So that's an assumption that I guess we went off of. So not sure where to verify the fact that people are saying that she studied biochemistry or something, and it ranges from medical to the sciences to psychology. I've heard 3 different things about what she studied, what her major was. And now we're getting word that she wasn't even enrolled. Where we do see some history is her time at U Hill Secondary School, which is also in BC.
But that's... How do we know that?
Well, here's the thing. We only know that through photos, which emerged quite recently. As with a lot of these accounts, it seems that one had just popped up pretty much with one video, which is a kind of a slideshow of her time at U Hill.
Yes, yeah.
Which I think we have somewhere here.
So a single video that came up by it's got a nice soundtrack. a single user uploaded a single video called the Elisa Lam Appreciation Society.
Can we get a date on that as well? Just real quick.
That the date that the video was
uploaded,
it was uploaded January 23rd, 2018.
Quite recent.
Yeah.
Very recent.
Yeah. So we spoke about in the last session that she didn't have any friend. Oh God, that person. That she didn't have any social media, like no photos with friends and stuff.
Right.
But now this video last year has popped up that's got a photo of a girl that looks like Elisa, quite very possibly to be the same girl, with a bunch of people. And there's recurring people in the photos that show almost like a ongoing timeline, like a relationship, I suppose. She knew these people over a certain, like a long period of time. You can see them almost growing up.
It seems like the timeline is also very broad. So we see kind of her looking quite young all the way up to a couple of photos where they look quite recent towards her, potentially closer to the time that she disappeared. So
that beautiful music overpowering. Yes, and so we spoke about a photo before that had a person in it that was blurred out. That person actually appears in a few of these photos,
and they're not blurred out.
Yeah.
So
shall we say we did a bit of our own investigating, and we found some of the people in these photos, like their Facebook pages or their sort of current status, like certain people.
Yep. Some people have, got accounts on other websites as well. But I think despite that, even then, the people that she's allegedly linked to, some fishiness around there. Like, well, we couldn't really pinpoint any content.
Not to mention all the broken links and broken pages, as if these pages just have been broken.
Yeah, well, they don't lead anywhere.
That's the photo we used last time.
There we go, yeah. The photos don't quite... the social media accounts that we tried to look up with the names... we always seem to hit brick walls, or like in our case with an alleged person, it just didn't load at all on Facebook. It was it broke the whole of Facebook, actually. So every link was broken after that. We couldn't actually get it working. So some very strange stuff there with... I guess our intention is to find, like I said in the last episode, some real people that have encountered her, had contact with her, maybe grew up with her. But as usual, it's really, really hard to find. And just really quickly, you know what happens on Facebook when someone passes away, right?
Yes, so they can actually opt to have a almost the page turned into a memorial page, right? Where there's an option for the page to stay open, where people can view, respect. I'm not sure if they allow posting on the walls or some sort of stuff, but the page stays active. I mean, everyone knows in social media, if something happens to you, if you die, you can't get rid of it.
It stays up,
it exists. Anything you put online exists forever.
Yeah, but I think my point was that when you were viewing someone that had been deceased, that there's a little header that says it's a memorial account.
Yes, yeah, that's what I mean. So on Facebook, when you opt for it to be a memorial account, it'll actually state up the top of the page that it's a memorial page. Yeah.
Now, we did try to go direct to Elisa Lam's page, but that was not a memorial account.
Oh, yeah, there was like nothing on the page.
There was nothing on the page. It's still active. It looks like, to an extent. Like,
I mean,
it hasn't been turned into a legacy or a deceased account.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But that's another big rabbit hole about the whole social media thing being really fishy to find some concrete evidence here of Elisa.
And also, our I suppose our last, another correction, which I think was our last one. The information about where she stayed in the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah.
When all this stuff came out, everyone was saying the 14th floor. Everyone was pointing at that elevator video. She was on the 14th floor. Then it came out that no, she wasn't on the 14th floor. She was on the 4th floor. Right. And she got moved to the 14th floor. And then somehow
I'm hearing floor 5 as well, and floor 9.
Floor 5. But it's written on a document as part of the investigation that one of the hotel staff members said that she was staying on floor 4. No, it's floor 5?
Floor 5, I think.
Floor 5, in a mixed dormitory room.
Yep, so shared accommodation.
Shared accommodation area. Yeah. And she was actually moved to another room on the same floor, on the 5th floor.
Yeah.
Or she moved to another. Like, that's the thing.
That's where it gets really weird.
The information in terms of where she stayed in the Cecil Hotel and the floors is just, it's so mixed.
Really mixed, yeah. So, a lot of people have quoted room 412 specifically. There's even people going on their own investigative pilgrimage over to the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah.
They go straight to floor 4, straight to room 412. And even some of them are even booking rooms in that space. But the idea that they could be on the completely wrong floor.
Yeah. But I mean, as hard as it is to say this, I'd like to believe the official police documents and the report, the actual statements from the employee at the Cecil Hotel that said she was staying on floor 5 and she got moved because the roommates complained of her odd behaviour.
Who are those roommates?
Who are those people? Like, obviously, if she stayed with people, there'd be people to talk to. Anyway, and then she got moved to another room on the same floor. Yeah. And that's apparently the official police statement. That's what's written in
Yeah, so that statement was from Amy Price, the hotel manager, that confirmed that she was in fact moved. But by who, we're not sure. Which staff member, who was she staying with? Yeah. These are all kind of, yeah.
I mean, it's easy to say that all the information about this case has just been tossed and turned and
it's very sketchy,
thrown all over the place,
and things seem to whenever it sounds weird, but whenever doubt is cast on a specific thing, they seem to come up with an account that will kind of throw that out of whack. So it's almost like they're covering, I say they, but something is covering the tracks somewhere. So you can't really progress on the information that you're given. So very, very weird.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Did you want to move on to just an image that I guess has been bothering us, that has circulated a lot of articles, especially in the mainstream news?
Yeah, so this is the still from the official elevator video. It's a little bit blown up, so that's why the shitty quality, because it's a shitty video, shitty quality. But then this other photo has been coming out, which shows a perfectly, almost clean, crisp person.
Yeah.
In the photo.
Right.
And I mean, come on, from that which is off the official video to that.
Yeah.
That to that.
So I guess my question is, what is the source of this?
Yeah, where is
image now?
Where is this photo from? And you can obviously see that there's a perspective distortion in the photo. The angle of the elevator, like the photo has been squished.
Yeah.
But then just the face, the body, everything has just been tightened up and clean.
Right. Which to me almost feels like this quality here. Okay, that I would accept that. I would accept that over what was publicly shown by the LAPD.
Yes.
So,
and yeah, I want to know, is this off an actual video?
Yeah.
That we can see the actual video of, or did they somehow manage to enhance this to look like that?
Yeah.
To me, that's fucking like...
Yeah, and I think we mentioned on episode 1 of this how bizarre it is that the face is pixelated and almost like shifting. So you can't really get a clear idea of the features of the face. Yet that photo pops up for some reason. So what were these news outlets and bloggers given? What is the source of that particular photo? It's very weird.
If I can do this. So, look, I can find you the exact frame of where this video is from. Let's skip it forward a little bit.
Yeah, it's when she backs into the corner.
There is, I can't imagine any way to get from this video frame to something as fucking clear as that.
Yeah.
Like...
yeah, even the colors are more vibrant. So the zipper on her American Apparel red jacket there, hoodie, is clearer. And I see what you mean about the perspective as well. How it's almost like perhaps the one on the left was a screenshot off a clearer, maybe an original tape. Who knows?
Yeah, and then again, I mean, it might be a legit photo from the same video, but where it might be a separate feed. But how? Where's the source? Where does this shit come from?
Yeah.
I look at it and go, no, there's no fucking, like, how?
Yeah. Yeah, so I want to know how the articles are using that image as their header for the whole article. Where are they getting it from? And do they have access to perhaps a better quality videotape?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some real bizarre stuff. So I guess I really want to touch upon maybe one piece of tangible evidence, which is the presence of her actual gravesite, which ties into a little bit of synchronicity, which I would have never picked it if it weren't for other people theorizing. But the area that she was last seen, we have a testimony from Kate Orphan, who's an employee at the Last Bookstore.
Yep.
A couple of blocks away from the Cecil Hotel. We came across a really strange YouTube video which kind of has someone look at the domain registration of the actual Last Bookstore, and some really fishy coincidences started happening. So,
you want to go straight to which video do you want? What do you want? I'm just actually bringing up the Last Bookstore.
Yeah, just
in Los Angeles, which is basically just around the corner from the Cecil Hotel.
Yep.
What's it called now? Stay on Main.
It's what, like a 5-minute walk?
Yeah,
7-minute walk.
7-minute walk.
Yeah, okay.
Just around the corner from the Last Bookstore to the Cecil Hotel.
Yep. So just to reiterate, Elisa was last seen at the Last Bookstore buying some presents for her family.
Yep. And there was a news interview with the lady that worked there saying, yeah, she spoke to Elisa and she was buying some books, and she was asking, how's she going to manage to carry all these books with and stuff. So
seemed in relatively high spirits at the time, but I guess did you want to bring up a point about that?
Yeah. So what someone else uncovered, and you can find these videos as well, is I don't know why they do. It's making me think now, why would they go to this length? But they did a domain search of the Last Bookstore la.com, their website, and through the registry details, so what I've done, I've actually brought up I've searched through Australia as well. That shows the registrar is the same company, Internet Network, registry ID 604. Mm-hmm. The contact email is abuse@internet. It's run off the servers Amy Lee. But so see the same server details, Amy Lee, server 604. So the same thing. But what they picked up on was the location of the registrar in Burnaby, British Columbia, which actually has this postcode, the postal code. And I'm going to do it just so everyone can see, because the guy did the same thing on the video, which was just freaking weird. When you put that postal code into Google Maps, it pops up on the Forest Lawn Funeral Home, British Columbia. But not just the cemetery, like not the cemetery itself. I mean, if I pull up the Forest Lawn Funeral Home,
it's a very large cemetery.
Its postal code is V5G3M1. Okay, but we're looking at V5G4S2, which is straight off the registry for the Last Bookstore website, which gives a specific location in the cemetery. Almost this crossroad here, this T-junction. And everyone was like, yeah, that's strange. Like, how is this website, the registry postal code is in the cemetery? And shall I iterate that this is the cemetery that Elisa Lam is buried in, where her gravesite is.
Are we able to confirm that?
We can confirm that because this one I've teed up. This video is popped up on YouTube. Elisa Lam's grave at Forest Lawn Cemetery. So someone's actually walking through this cemetery with a camera, and I was able to locate where he's walking. So down this path that had these square path bits, and he's turned left and he's walked. They're walking down this path here. So I've got it up on the maps on the side here. Walking down this path. As before, that little sort of bit that comes out, I think that's the next step. So before the next step, which is going to be around about here on the map, is Elisa Lam's grave. 1991 to 2013. And that's very creepy, the way he's touching it.
Well, I guess we can confirm that there is a gravesite there.
There is a gravesite for Elisa Lam. So on the map, it's right here, essentially. And now if I zoom out again to where that pin was, it is almost exactly at the end of that road.
Running parallel,
where that fucking...
Yeah.
That's
a crazy bit of synchronicity.
Weird. That is weird synchronicity.
Very weird.
But also, I mean, we go back out and...
If we have a look at the cluster around what internet...
This is what I worked out. So that actual... I found out where that actual website is. The server is here. This is Internet Network Inc. Right here. This is the building, which has the postal code V5G4W9. 4S2 was the registrar listed on the domain information. This company is actually 4W9. The registry, so that's the server that's hosting the Last Bookstore's website. The domain registrar, we've actually registered the domain, or the reseller, is this company called .easy Technology. Okay. Now, the .easy Technology building is listed as the front doorstep of the I2 network. Right there. And, this is me getting a bit hyped up, looking around, like, what is this? I like my geography. I like looking at maps of what's going on. You got this prime mover controls here, which build essentially... they build boat controls, like steering accelerator controls for boats. You got the CMC Industrial Electronics that also do some very sort of technical sort of things. Then you go down here and you got the fucking Xenon Pharmaceuticals company.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they did.
I think something to do with testing.
Yeah, some sort of pharmaceutical testing.
Testing kits and things like that.
A bit further down, you've got Life Labs, main facility and administration.
2 out of 4 stars. Get your shit together.
Just over here, you've got Kodak Canada, a photography place, shall I say? Kodak. Look at these other Prism Engineering, Green Lane Biogas, Douglas Lighting Controls.
And this is all in very close proximity to the University of BC.
And then, of course, you've got Electronic Arts Canada just down the bottom. And this is this one cluster. Looks very sort of secluded inside all this green trees and stuff. Delta Q Technologies. I don't know what that sounds. So this, to me, I look at this area and go, that's something very sus.
Right. Sus in what way? You think the type of businesses in that cluster?
All those businesses together. I mean, hell, there's probably a big underground facility linking them all together, if you ask me. But the question is, how does that link to the Last Bookstore all the way in Skid Row in California? Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. I mean, it's this whole area. So from the internet network through the British Columbia Institute of Technology to the Forest Lawn Funeral Home. But to have the Last Bookstore's domain postal code listed almost like freaking 10 meters. 10 meters away from Elisa Lam's grave. That's fucking bizarre.
What are the chances of that?
That's fucking bizarre.
Yeah. But there's a lot of really creepy synchronous events that happen when the more you look at this case. I've even heard of a lot of people researching this, really, really deeply, have strangely had their YouTube channels either blocked or just banned altogether.
Oh, that's fucking. That doesn't happen here. Fuck.
I don't think we have anything to worry about.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's a lot more to go on. I think it's good that we had this part 2 to kind of clear up kind of the misleading things that we were told, at least, from the start of this case. So, some very weird things. Yeah, this is just a Google Maps angle on the top of the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, so Google Maps can go 3D now, and you can actually look at the building itself.
That's right.
Which, there we are. We have our rooftop.
So the first thing you see is the cluster of the four water tanks that the body was found in.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk. I mean, everyone knows the backstories of this case and how the employees were saying you can't access the roof without setting off an alarm. Only employees can get onto the rooftop.
Yep.
So how someone or how someone was able to get onto the roof without setting off an alarm.
Mm-hmm. You know, we also have conflicting accounts from people that have stayed at the Cecil who have gone up to the roof. I mean, look at how many documentaries we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, people are finding ways to access the roof.
Yeah, but I actually think it's not as secure as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, maybe not.
I think they're trying to cover their ass. So, and by they I mean the Cecil Hotel management.
Who are they?
But just to the idea that a whole team of police were on that roof with sniffer dogs.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think to check the fucking water tanks?
And I mean, it's a flat roof. There's not... The first thing you would check if there's a missing person is every little crevice, right? Every nook, every cranny. And you're telling me that they didn't look into that water tank for the whole 2 weeks she was sitting there?
Well, I mean, I want to take it from a perspective of a police officer, which I'm clearly not. If you're up on a rooftop, you're looking for a body. You're going to look in places where you'd think, where can I put a body? Now, you're looking at these 4 water tanks. I'd like to think that a cop, that out of all the cops who are on the roof, one of them would have thought to themselves, could the body be in the water tank? You know, there's a big space. But why they would have not looked in there, and a lot of this information is coming out saying because it's almost fucking impossible to get into the fucking water tank. Yeah. Like, a person can't climb up into the water tank.
Yeah. Well, the cops themselves had to move a maintenance ladder just to get up there.
Yeah.
Just to even get up there. And we aren't talking about a big exposed water tank like a pool. We're talking about a little tiny hole. Probably like half a meter.
I don't know.
Half a meter by half a meter.
Quality of this. But, I mean, we're talking about this water tank here and with a tiny little, like a small trapdoor. Yeah, that you can barely get, not even trapdoor, like an actual...
a hatch, almost.
A little hatch that you have to take off. And so you have to get up, either climb up the side of the water tank, which is quite tall, or get onto the top of this thing and fucking pin drop, dive into this little... It's like, you know, one of those circus acts where they jump on the very top and land in a small fucking tub of water. Yeah. It's not fucking... You'd have to be pretty fucking determined to want to kill yourself to climb into that thing.
Yeah. Yep. I think, I'm just going to say it, I think she was placed there.
Oh, foul play.
I think she was placed there already deceased.
So much fucking foul play. Common fucking sense.
Now, the autopsy did not reveal any water in the lungs. How's that one?
Yeah.
So the body was obviously deceased and then placed in there as a hiding spot. To say she just offed herself, I think, is really narrow-minded. Super narrow-minded.
Yeah.
Just really quickly for a minute, I want to talk about a little bit more synchronicity around some names that we've been seeing. Mainly in the way of the officers assigned to the case, the coroners as well responsible for the actual autopsy, and the employee that discovered the body. as well as the one of the hotel engineering managers as well. So, I mean, check this out. We've got Sergeant Rudy Lopez.
Sergeant Rudy Lopez of the LAPD.
So he's the LAPD officer assigned to the case. The actual hotel employee that discovered the body was a Santiago Lopez. Now, Lopez is a pretty common name.
Yeah.
But that, to me, is something that I would look into. And I know it's strange that I'm investigating the police because that's their job. But, you know, you can't rule anything out where there's foul play. It doesn't matter whether you're a cop or not. You can be dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
So one of the Cecil Hotel CEOs was named Angel Lopez, but we can cut that off because they changed management a lot. So that's probably not related. But the Cecil Hotel engineering manager, so this is the person that Santiago Lopez has to call when there's something wrong. So his boss, essentially, is a Pedro Tovar. Now, Tovar is a pretty unique name, I would say. Now, Pedro Tovar has a long history at the Cecil Hotel. He's probably worked there decades. So he would have been there potentially during the Richard Ramirez time, the same manager. So Richard Ramirez, as you know, is the infamous serial killer that stayed in the same hotel, the Cecil Hotel. So Pedro Tovar, the Cecil Hotel engineering manager. Then we have the autopsy, the actual coroner, who is Jason Tovar. So right there, we've got 3-4 names that appear to be potentially related. I know this is going off on a limb, but we can't rule anything out. The other person that was responsible for the autopsy was a Yulai Wang. And funnily enough, he was at the time under investigation for mishandling of evidence as well. So we've got a group of potentially related people that are all handling this one case. So I find that strange. I mean, does that not kind of make you feel weird?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say when it comes to names because, you know, I suppose Los Angeles has a very Mexican Spanish background, so the Lopez Tovar could be a common name.
Yeah, I just thought, like, what are the odds of having this group of names that all appear related, that all are handling the case? So you can't rule anything out. Who knows? But I think we're going to get even deeper, I think, for the next one.
I mean, the way that we've been discussing, even when we're not recording, is that nothing about this case seems to make any fucking sense. Everything is just so back and forth. Information's messed up. I would look at this case if I was just an outsider and I didn't know almost the history and looked at it and went, there is something that just is not right.
Yeah.
There is something, I feel like there's something that's being hidden. There is something that's purposely being diverting the public eye.
Yep.
And you bring it back to the video.
To the elevator footage,
and the fact that that's what everyone has been focusing on when it comes to this shit. And to me, when I look at it now, I just go, I'm not even going to bother with the elevator footage because obviously there's, you know, look at that shit. I'm just fucking back and forth. Just no fucking way. I can't deal with that shit anymore. I can't deal with that shit.
Yeah. The real meat and potatoes is I think, in the people. The real people involved in this case.
Well, okay. I'm looking at our timer here, but I don't give a fuck anymore because this is just too much. You know, we're throwing out this case of the video not making any sense because it doesn't look like the same. Check out this shit. All right, people, just fucking check out this shit. Check out this fucking shit.
So for those listening only, we've got what appears to be
another video
of the elevator footage.
Yeah. So this has come out. This is I don't even know if how we can link. Can we link this? Can we share this? But it shows another girl, dressed in the same red top, black. She's wearing a skirt here, sandal shoes, white shirt, walking into an elevator that looks like the Cecil Hotel. And I'm saying that right now, it looks like the Cecil Hotel because I don't think it is. I mean, we picked up on discrepancies, especially in these pillars at the background that don't match
the
actual Cecil Hotel.
Yeah. What I want to know is there's so little information on this particular video here.
This video doesn't fucking exist, really.
Well, I'm trying to look up a thread or something.
And look at this. So she's almost done the exact same motions, getting into the elevator, then ducking out, having a look around. She's standing in the corner, sort of like breathing, like sort of almost short of breath. And this is almost shitty quality. She walks off and
she gets struck.
Bang! Like she just grabs her throat and she sort of moves back into the corner and she's holding her throat. And so you're saying that this video, like, is the amount of people that have been investigating this Elisa Lam video for how many years now?
About 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
No, the official Elisa video has how many hits?
23 million.
23 million views. This one's got how many? Like 1,000?
Couple of I think 70,000.
70,000?
Yeah.
And it's hard to say, like, because this video looks very authentic.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not the Cecil Hotel, or at least it's not the same floor, because we've checked. These pillars on the side here, the base of the pillars don't match
also,
any other videos.
The dimensions of the actual elevator don't actually add up to the actual.
This elevator is
hotel.
actually larger. So, for someone to say, "Oh yeah, it was probably filmed by someone else at the Cecil Hotel," no, that's not the Cecil Hotel. That is a fucking set.
Yeah.
That is a set that's made to look like the Cecil Hotel.
Which then begs the question: why are they filming a second version of this?
Yeah.
So a team of people got together with an actress to film the exact same thing?
Plus the fucking timestamp down the bottom is still being... I mean, it's more legible, but it's being blocked by this alphabet.
It's really bizarre because the source of the video is... well, we don't really know. I don't... The user that uploaded this has gone on many a tangent about his theories on Elisa Lam. Yeah. I don't really want to dive into those, but where did he get this video? What is the source of this?
Yeah.
So
again,
a lot of stuff is just being thrown in that don't appear to have any context or any backstory. So I want to know if anyone has information, I guess, that we don't know. Just get in touch with us because I can't find anything. There's no comments allowed on this profile.
Yeah. So these are the. I mean, what if we could fucking play the two videos back to back? Like, how? What? I mean, look at this shit. Someone's gone. There is either someone's gone and made a video to try and look like the Cecil Hotel, or it's
another floor.
It's another video that is being used to divert the public's knowledge of what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, firstly, I don't believe that this video is Elisa Lam because you can't get... Oh, not that one. You can't get that fucking perfect photo from that frame, from this video, all right? You can't get that. This video here is just... It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Different person altogether, different fucking set. The elevator is not the same. It is not the same fucking place.
Could it be another floor and maybe the elevator to the left or the right?
No.
Okay.
Not the way that it's set up, because the pillars themselves are too far apart.
Yeah.
Based in measurement, like it.
So Wilhelm Werner Winter is the author of that, or the poster of that. A lot of these real strange accounts that only seem to pop up during the case, which I find really strange.
Shall I just hit with my crazy thing? I mean, this is just me being me. When we watched this Elisa Lam Appreciation Society of photos with all her friends, I got struck and I kind of got terrified when I saw this photo with this person. Now, I'm not being racist and saying that all Asians look the same. Daryl, you know me better than that. But when I saw this photo, I kind of like got chills because I'd seen this video and went, and I was saying to you, this is the same girl.
Yeah.
In this video, and I mean,
it appears it could be.
It appears it could be.
I know it's a stretch, and this is murky waters right here. This is black belt territory.
Yeah,
but it's a stretch. But how would someone that Elisa knew? Why would they be recording another version of it? I mean, could there be This is an idea. If we're going to be throwing wacky theories out, I feel that if the elevator footage was faked, they would have multiple takes of the one.
It's a fucking cover up.
Yeah.
It's a multiple avenue level of online cover up.
Yeah.
When from doctored fucking video to misleading fucking photos to broken social media links to false fucking information in regards to the investigation, everything is fucked.
Well, the ball has been dropped in every area. It seems as well in the mishandling of this case,
and it's almost like they're doing like a damage control.
Yeah,
because people are bringing up the information. Oh, that video is not very like you can't tell it's too bad quality. Okay, here's a good quality one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no photos of her friends and her history and stuff. Oh, here's a video. It's like people are bringing this shit out because they know people are like
they're kind of covering their tracks as they go along.
Yeah.
So it reeks a lot, and I hate to say it, I'm going to throw it out there just as a little seed. It reeks a lot of what you see deep cover agents, undercover agents, potentially spies. They kind of have this MO where you can't find a backstory.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because we go back and talk when we on the last episode that she didn't have a real history before this supposed University of British Columbia, where she wasn't even a student.
Yeah. So it's very hard to ascertain whether or not she is who she really is, and I just want to also say no disrespect as well, like to the family.
Is the family fucking stuff. Real?
Well,
I mean, no disrespect to people in this situation. If someone is actually related to her or someone's in a similar situation, no disrespect to them. But in terms of this fucking case and the information, this is all fucked. Yeah. And if you actually give a shit about something like this and you don't want people like us or the thousands of people around the world that are talking this shit, come out and fucking say something.
Yeah. Well, there's no test. Yeah. There's no
come out
testimony.
And fucking say something.
Yeah. There's no testimony from anyone that's defending this Elisa Lam, which is, I find it weird that no one has stepped up to the plate and said, "Hey, I knew her. She was this. She was that.
Yeah.
Here are some photos." In fact, we've got a note here that it appears that Kate Orphan from the last bookstore is the only one on the news even talking about her experience, and it was for the duration of the transaction of buying stuff.
Yeah, she probably works for the fucking news. The last bookstore was probably a fucking a CBS front for fucking the media.
Hey, you can't rule anything out, but
okay, I'm gonna say like at the end of the day, like this person here in these photos, she exists. Like this girl has to exist. Like there is some history. This girl, at least in these points in time, existed.
Yeah.
Okay. But where she came from is fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
And
Her history is very, very...
I mean, like, I like to go and say, you know, she looks like a nice girl. You'd think from these sort of photos, she looks like a nice girl. There'd be some history. There'd be people that care about her that are going to come out and say something, or even just put people like us to sleep and just say, look, stop talking about this. She was a friend of ours. We're upset. All this stuff. There's just fucking nothing.
Yeah.
There's fucking nothing.
Nothing at all, yeah. It's she's a bit of a ghost, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Total ghost.